The next one,
The Tide Center.
at least
Okay.
give us a little taste.
Okay, hold on. All right, so let me get back here.
First, tell us who the Tide Center is.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, maybe pull it up. It'll say. Let's see what they say on their thing. What they are.
Okay. So we want to do the Tide Center. So let me get back to ProPublica. So we can start this over again. So let me find. Let's see.
Well, all you people who listen and love to watch mysteries, here you go. Now you got challenges.
Okay. So here we have the Tide Center, San Francisco, California. Look at that, 233. Oh, I want to see that one. Okay. So here's the Tide Center. We looked them up on ProPublica, so we've got their legal name and of course, more importantly, we've got their EIN now.
At least they're not hidden. They're bold and they put their
Yeah.
they're doing what they're supposed to do.
And they're a 501c3, so that means you can donate to them and take a tax deduction. Okay, so let's copy that. And now, okay, let's see. Okay, I want to do the IRS search, and I've got the employment ID number, so let me kill that number.
Let me use that K word on me too.
And now this is the EIN for Tide Center, so let's do a search. Tide Center, okay, we got it. All righty. Tax year 2022 is the latest one that's available for them. So let's click on that. Let's pull up their tax form.
I want to see what they say they are.
Okay. Oh, let me get this back up to the beginning, 2022. And their fiscal year is January 1st, 2022 to the end of 2022. So this is 2022 form. Let's see. What do they do? The Tides Center accelerates the pace of social change, working with innovative partners to solve society's toughest problems. What does that tell you?
Who decides what the problem is?
And who decides what the solution is?
All right.
Okay, let's do a little searching here. Total revenues for the current year, look at that, $281 million. 240 came from grants and contributions, program service revenue, some investment income, other. They spent, oh, look at this in that year. They spent 416 million. So they run $134 million deficit. Okay, that's interesting.
That was an interesting year, 2022. Think about all the things that were going on.
What was going on in 2022?
I don't know, but I have to put my mask on to remember.
Yeah, well, that and midterm elections. Okay. Let's just quickly, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we will see some interesting information here.
Judge call, we're just showing you where you can find out the actual facts.
We're going to make a judgment in a few minutes. Let's see here. Okay, bear with me. I'm scrolling down here. Compensation. Okay. The CEO is Janice Evans Page. She works 10 hours a week and she got 745.
I want that job.
$800,000 for hours per week. And that's pretty decent pay. Holden Lee, the treasurer, he pulled down, 500,000. So
that's got to be wrong how many hours a week they work.
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
They must have very profitable or powerful 5-second phone calls that they can do a lot of work in just a few minutes that really impacts sufficiently to make that kind of money.
Well, here's the thing.
It's America.
Here's the thing. There are lots of related organizations they work for, and so let me pull down, see if there's anything else here. No, I think that's about it. So that's all I want to do here.
All right, show us that sheet with all the little boxes.
Right. So let me kill this.
Don't use the K word
All
on
right,
YouTube.
well, okay, now let me get rid of this EAIN. All right, and let's put
We
in,
don't mean it that way. We
let's
mean
put,
delete.
let's put the Tides Center EIN in here. Okay, whew, let's see. Here we are, Tides Center. Uh, $35 million in taxpayer funds in the latest reporting year.
All right, taxpayers listening, you put in $35 million in 2022 to this organization.
Right, and gross receipts were 252 million. So they've received a lot of money from, oh, the Rockefeller Foundation. Okay.
And
Another,
accelerate the pace of change in society.
yeah, and another entity that does pretty well at the taxpayer trough. Who else? Oh, the Troy. No, let's skip that one.
Show us the whole thing, or
Oh,
is
you
that
want
what
to
you're
see the,
leading up to?
okay, all right.
Are you making suspense here?
Let's see, let me get it over
How
here.
big is the flow? There's more below.
Yeah,
Okay, so since
there's
it's
the
that one
universe
place, all these entities are attached to
shuffling money back and forth
hastening the pace of societal change.
in one way or another. See, here we go. It's Tides Center. Uh,
So taxpayers are paying 35 or in 2022 during highly.
So here's one way that the Tide Center is affecting change. They sent $150,000 to the National Religious Partnership for something. I don't know what that's for, but let's see. Anyway, let's see where else money. Oh, they sent money to the National Korean American Service and something or other. They sent money to the Apollo Theater Foundation.
Does it show like where their 200 where the majority of their gross income comes from on this chart? Like the big donors to them?
Well, I don't know. You know, you'd have to go through all of these flows and add them up. So that would take a long time. I'm just trying to show kind of who's the Jewish National Fund is in here. The Eugenio Maria de Hostis Community, whatever that is. Oh, Fidelity Investments is sending money all over the place.
So
Yes,
no, I just thought there was going to be what's this blue line over here?
this blue line is coming down.
So it's $344,000 from.
There, it looks like they sent 300 or 44,000 or 45,000 to the Local Initiative Support Corporation, whatever the heck that is. And then we have another Rockefeller, the Rockefeller Family Fund, National Resources Defense Council. Did they send money? No, that came from somewhere else.
They gave money.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
wow, it's like a maze. They didn't want you to, it's like coupons. They make it so complicated so you quit.
now, we want to do one more thing before we finish this up. I mentioned that the CEO of Tides is Janice Evans Page. Let's see if we can find out some things about her. So we click. Okay, I went too fast. I want to show you what I'm doing. In the menu here, there's something called the bulk NGO officer search. I don't know what that title means, but what I can do is I can type in Janice Evans Page, Page. I can search, I think, other places where she is doing work. Yes, she's with the Southern New Hampshire University doing something. She's with Echoing Green Incorporated doing something. She's with Beneficial.
It tells you there in the middle of the role. She's a
Yeah.
board member,
Yeah.
board director.
Beneficial Foundation, Idea.org, whatever that is. Tides Foundation, which
Well,
is,
she only works 10 hours a week. Look at all the things she
Yeah.
was the director of.
she's also a CEO for the Tides Foundation, which is different than the Tides Center we just looked up.
Oh, really?
A trustee at Jesuit preparatory
That's the
school,
high
and
school.
here's the Tides Center.
She's a
Okay.
CEO at 2 places.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and so now.
She must be really smart.
Now, you might want to know, why are we focusing on Janice? Well, we won't do it here, but you can go to Wikipedia, and if you type in Janice Evans Page, you'll get a whole biography on her. She is a long-term, very, very committed leftist. And that sounds like a political statement, but it's actually what she does.
What's a leftist?
A leftist is someone who is basically pursuing socialist, communist goals. And that tells you a lot about the Tide Center. You could also put the Tide Center in Wikipedia, and what you're going to find out is the Tide Center is just one of hundreds of NGOs which are supported and controlled by George Soros, who's a well-known name in the leftist universe and looking to create the new world order and all that.
I don't understand how somebody who's a leftist, who is a communist, who believes nobody should own wealth, is like the biggest bazillionaire ever. So I don't understand how those two can come together, except that both entities are atheist in their actual writing of who they are. They identify as atheists. So I don't understand how money-making people can be pressing for everybody not having or owning private property or having a business or making a profit. In other words, that it like does not compute, but I guess that's for another day.